Well, welcome back, guys. It is Memorial Day weekend. I am out here off into some backwater off the Mississippi River. It was a cool, brisk, foggy ride to get back here. It is 52 degrees, or it was 52 degrees at the house when I left. There is a heavy fog on. It's brisk on the water. For the end of May, this is brisk. But anyways, I brought everything under the sun into this boat with me today because I'm going to just try all kinds of stuff. It's a cold front. I don't really know what to expect back here, so I just brought everything. I'm just going to try a little bit of everything and see how this goes. I don't really need any fish. I don't really need to keep any, but I brought a cooler and some ice. I'm probably going to keep some just to give away to some guys that usually fish up on the bank and see if I can't make their weekend by filling their cooler. But let's get into it. All right, guys, I'm going to start right here. I already saw a fish right there. It was most likely a gar, but I'm sure there's white bass and hybrids in here anyway. There's a lot of gars for sure. I'm seeing them. There he was. Ooh, man, I think had to be a gar bite like that. Ooh. I don't know what that was. I think that's a hybrid. I mean a white bass. Yeah, it's a white bass. He's stout though. That's a big dude. He's not as big as some of them in here, but that's still a pretty big dude. I'm gonna throw him on ice. His tail's all beat up like he was on the bed or something. There he is. Ooh-wee. That is a big something. I don't know what I got. It's bigger than that last fish, or he feels like it anyway. You know how these fish are in this current. He's about the same. Pretty good one though. Another really nice white bass. Let's throw him on some ice. Really pretty. They're getting healthier now. You can tell they're after the spawn. They're fattening back up. There he is. There's a sweet spot right there that's got some good fish in it. That's the same spot I hooked that last one in. Calm down, buddy. This one's not quite as big. But he choked that front hook. He's not nearly as big as those other ones, but still a pretty good white bass, good eating. All right, guys, I went ahead and switched baits. Not because that rattle trap wasn't catching them, it was, but this water's a little deeper and it's a lot muddier. So I wanted to use a bill bait, but I wanted to use a light colored bait. Something that'll show up, something bright. And they're kind of in a deep pocket, like right there. And this bait may end up getting me hung up. I'm just gonna have to keep it moving slow. And the current's gonna kind of make it kind of do a lot of this. If I just kind of hold it there. But the main thing with the build bait is I can keep that bait moving where the fish are, and eventually the fish will come up through the current and find it if I get it in the right spot and hold it long enough. I think, oh no, there was a fish right there. Let's see, I think I got past the fish, but I did not. That was a good one. It's not a giant fish. It's pretty though. Let's throw him on ice. Oop, I got something out of there. There's a white bass. Right off the edge of the bank. Alright, dude. Well, my fingers already got cut by a gill plate. Alright, well I got that fish off. Here's a smaller one. There's a handful of smaller white bass. This is more typical what you catch. There's not as many big ones in here, but I'm sure we'll get them in a minute. See if there's fish holed up in the middle out here. There he is. It's going in circles. Look at that. It's a white bass. I saw his tail. I got him hooked kind of on the side. Yeah, not a giant one, but he'll do. Ooh. Ooh, there was something good. Bit it right there. Oh, he's barely hooked too. It looks barely hooked. See if we can't get this guy to calm down just a hair. Another little guy. This back end has a bunch of little ones sitting right here in this tail water. Let's throw him on some ice. Ooh, that was a fish immediately. That's a better fish than those last ones, but it is in the current too. Yeah, I can't tell. It's not fighting me real hard, but it's fighting. Yeah, it's a white bass. Black. He's got him all busted up. Check out that guy, pretty one. Dark colored, solid black. I say solid black, he's real dark. It's pretty. All right guys, it is 7 o'clock. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 white bass in the cooler. And I'm about to move on to something else. All right guys, I found some backwater back here that's out of the current. I'm gonna do two things. One, I brought some of that bluegill cut bait I made the other day. I'm gonna throw out some noodles, see if we can't get a catfish on. While those are setting out trying to catch fish, I'm gonna hit the bank, see what other fish are in here that I can catch. Let's get into it. All right guys, there's some bluegill cut bait. I brought a whole bunch of noodles. I don't think I'm gonna have to set them all out. We're gonna see. how this goes. They're all kind of set up with a little bit different depth. So what I'm going to do is just get the trolling motor going. And then I'll just take a piece of cut bait, hook it on there, pull that scale off, throw it out, drop the noodle just like that. And I'm going to keep going until I run out of noodles. That's a bluegill head. We'll see how that works. Alright guys, you can kind of see I just threw out, I don't even know how many noodles that is. I probably ought to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of them. I have no idea. I'm assuming there's catfish in here. I'm going to let those roll and I'm going to hit the bank, see if I can't catch some other fish. Alright guys, it looks like we've got a fish on this one. It is scooting down the bank. With any luck, it's an actual catfish. It's about to get hung up though. It's running right for those trees. Yep, that's what they do. He's trying to get off. You can see what they do. They just run around cover until they can find a way to get off. Let's see what we got here. Yep, nice blue. Let's wind up some of this line. Let's grab this net and get him in here. There he is. Well, we got one. And I don't think it is a blue. Let me get him out. Alright guys, got the first catfish on. Not a bad fish. It's kind of dirty. Let's put him on the ice with the white bass. Alright guys, we got another one going nuts over there. Alright, this one's got one, but he's headed for the bank trying to get hung, just like the last one. Got the net ready. Just got to cut him off. He's swimming awful funny, like a turtle. Ooh, wee, that's a big fish. Here he is. He's hung on a tree. He's dragging a branch with him. This is a big fish. See the noodle? He's dragging the whole thing under. This is a bigger fish. The best thing to do is to let these suckers tire out if they can. See, he took the whole noodle. I don't know where he went now. There he went. This got to be a pretty big fish to do this. Or he's on maybe on just a real short line. I mean, he's just trucking away, isn't he? Let's see what we got here. We can't get him to come up. I'm not gonna. Wow, that is a beast of a catfish, is it not? Look at this thing when he comes up. Wow. If he pulls it out of my hand, guys, I'm just going to let him take it so he doesn't break it. Look at what a blue. is a giant blue catfish. Look at that beast. That sucker's probably pushing 30 pounds. At least, I don't know, 20, 25. I'm horrible at guessing the weights, guys, so don't quote me on any of that, but he is giant. Look at that big dude. That is a giant catfish. Look at that fish. I mean, that is a beast of a blue catfish. This is what that bluegill cutbait will do for you if you get out here on the river, or really any lake that's got catfish, especially blues. They love that cutbait. That's a big fish. All right, guys, this one, I was coming over here to grab it, and it's got such a long line on it. I didn't know it had a fish, but he's hung. So I'm gonna have to try and figure out how to get him unhung from whatever he's in. But he's still on there and I can feel him pulling. But this line was so long from the last time I used this, I had it in some deep water. I mean, he feels like a fairly heavy fish. He doesn't feel hung up anymore though. Ooh, look at the bubbles coming up. It's a big dude. He's got to be pretty big to be doing that. No. Oh my God. Look at what a turtle. This is a soft shell turtle that's probably, I don't know how big. He's giant. Wow. That is the biggest soft shell turtle I have ever seen in my life. I'm gonna try to get the hook out of him. Wow, that was nuts. I'm telling you, this one was moving. It's kind of bobbing now that I'm getting close. It probably means there's a turtle down there messing with it. Something was messing with it, it couldn't eat it. No, it's got a fish. Not a very big one, but it's got a fish. Hey, he is a pretty decent one. All right, got my outboard running. Another blue. Look at that blue cat. Big swole head on him. Let's throw him in the cooler. He's still got some fight left in him. Oh, big head. That's a pretty blue. He's got a wound on him though. Good fish. This is as fast as you'll go right now. I fouled a spark plug out or lost a wire or something. Most likely I fouled a plug on the way out. Ran good on the way out here. You get ready to leave and it just, you never know what's going to happen when you're on the water. And being down a cylinder on the river is not good. So I'm moving about as fast as you can troll with the trolling motor. It'll take me a couple hours to get back to the ramp. I'm a long ways out. But this is what happens when you fish. I'll spend the rest of the day working on the motor, I guess. Well guys, I made it out. Down to one cylinder, but I made it out just before all these barges started coming through. See, there's another one over there. You catching them? You want some more? You want some more?
Yeah. Where?
Right here. Yeah. It's heavy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I was just recording for a YouTube channel.
You know it?
Yeah, but I have a lot in my freezer.
Yeah.
But I caught some today. I figured it'd be better just to give them away to somebody. It's full of white bass in the bottom. You want them?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Everything?
You just take the cooler, it'd be easier, unless you got something big enough to throw them in.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You
cool.
got fish, you call me, hey, my friend.
All right,
Me come here.
all right,
Back for you.
awesome.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your name?
Efren.
Efren?
Yeah, Efren.
Awesome, I'm Greg.
Rick.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you, my friend.
Absolutely. Need some help?
Yeah.
All right, guys, I am leaving the river. That was an eventful trip. I made it all the way out there about, I don't know, it's probably somewhere in the vicinity of 7 miles is what I drove the boat this morning. And the boat made it there fine, but when I got ready to leave the first spot, my motor was running slow, and I could tell either one cylinder wasn't firing for some reason. And I thought, well, maybe it'll come around, maybe it's just flooded. So I went ahead and got on to the next part of my journey and threw out all those jugs and was catfishing, and I realized that it wasn't coming around. I left it running for a little bit, nothing. So I'm pretty sure I fouled out a plug, or I got a bad wire or something. I'm gonna have to get back home and mess with it. But I did make it out. Took me a long time to get out. I mean, I was going against the current most of the way. That's not the best thing to have happen when you're on the Mississippi River. But the good news is I made it out. Met some nice guys at the ramp. It's always nice to kind of meet people while you're out, especially other fishermen, because we all kind of share something in common. But I gave him the cooler and the fish and the whole bit. I got another cooler at home, and we'll see if we can't start this ball rolling again tomorrow. But that's gonna do it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Look for me on my next video. You guys have a good one.